Channel the News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And how is Hump Day shaping up?
Well, it's looking to be pretty nice, similar to yesterday. Not nearly as warm, but still looking mostly dry.
All right.
It's something we haven't quite talked about in quite a while. In fact, a live look outside right now, we'll be looking at some sunshine to start your hump day this morning. And along with that, we got some wispy clouds, which were ingredients for a pretty colorful sunset yesterday. Maybe a somewhat vibrant sunrise this morning with that milky atmosphere up there early today. Temperatures around the state this morning, we begin in the 40s in Rome, 40s in Hamilton, 30s in parts of the Adirondacks. So those clear skies allowing those cooler temperatures. But again, we climb quickly today into the 50s, 60s, and then eventually low 70s. The radar is dry at this time. We zoom out to the southwest. This is our next weather maker, and we are expecting it to arrive, at least much of the widespread rain after sunset tonight. So at least for much of the daytime hours today, expect dry weather, temperatures in the 70s, maybe a stray shower, but otherwise mostly dry. And again, we're tracking those upcoming rain chances. We'll time it out coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the storm 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
The time now is 5:11. Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, we begin today with dry conditions, and unlike yesterday, the fog is nowhere near as widespread. Either way, road conditions this morning, again, looking dry. No impacts expected for your morning commute. Maybe, of course, keep those sunglasses handy, though. The strange ball of light in the sky might seem a little out of the ordinary with how cloudy it's been recently. A look at the traffic tracker, green across the board. There is an accident to report along the thruway closer to Oneida, or should say the Verona exit out west. It is in the eastbound lane, so if you are heading out to Syracuse this morning, you shouldn't really encounter that any impacts from that accident. But again, the only one to report there is right after exit 33 in right along Route 365 out near Verona. So the radar right now is looking dry. We are tracking dry conditions to start today and for much of the afternoon. As we head throughout the evening and overnight, that's when that rain begins to move its way in. And we'll look at the timing of it, the amount of rain we could see, and if it's going to remain widespread throughout the entire day tomorrow, coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The State Department is stopping all new.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was just downright fantastic. It's been quite a while since we've seen weather that nice for an entire day without a single drop of rain. Now, this morning we begin with a similar situation. Now, compared to yesterday, that fog is not nearly as prevalent. You see it trying to form here in the Mohawk Valley. This is facing the east, by the way, from our tower cam into the Mohawk Valley. You got a faint signature of that fog layer there, but again, it's trying its best to form, not really forming all too well right now. The radar is dry for the time being. When we head into the next 12 or so hours, especially by tonight, we'll see the arrival of rainfall. And while we're on the topic of rainfall, we did the research yesterday, including this morning. When were the top 10 record wettest months in May? You see the list right here, 2011 topping the list here. We actually aren't even in the top 10. We are on the cusp of it, though. We have to beat, I believe, 6.7 inches of rainfall to reach the top 10 in history here in central New York. We actually are likely not even to come close to the record coldest average temperature, believe it or not. We're set to reach maybe a little bit higher than 56.2. The coldest was in 1967 at 50.2. Most recently, Yes, that's the most recent time we've seen it. It's been all that cold has been sticking out much earlier in the 20th century. So if you want to do some yard work, mowing the lawn and whatnot today, looking pretty good. Tomorrow, maybe late, but again, with how damp the grass might be, if you have to choose which day to do it, today's your best bet. Friday, later on, there are some scattered showers, but it does dry up later on in the day. So here's a look at what's going on south of us. Notice the radar was quiet, but it's pretty busy in Pennsylvania this morning. As we head throughout the day today, we'll see that rain begin to move in the late evening after sunset through the overnight and into early Thursday morning. Then after that widespread rain, it just produces some on and off rain heading into the end of the day. So to wrap up the work week, we've got clouds increasing, a stray shower possible, but much of us looking mainly dry. Clouds turning to rain showers overnight, and then after that widespread rain, it's on and off showers throughout the day with some peaks of sunshine later on in the evening. Then as we head into Friday morning, we start out with sun turning to clouds, and then by the afternoon, those clouds give way to sunshine, on and off drizzle, and then by Friday night, our next round of rain arrives. This will be from a nor'easter, and this will bring in widespread rain into early Saturday. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler as well, in the 50s and maybe low 60s. It's not going to be a very balmy one, that's entirely sure, but as we head into next week, the signs are there. We're seeing that summertime heat on the horizon. It's going to get less and less likely. In fact, the cool down patterns we're seeing, 50s and 60s, turning eventually to 70s, pushing 80 by next week. And I think a lot of, almost everyone is just waiting patiently for that summertime heat. So it's coming.
We are, that's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:22.
Storm Tracker 2 provides weather updates based on your location. Sign into the app for your hourly to daily weather forecasts. There are many features within this app, such as radar for not only precipitation, but clouds and temperatures as well. This information is provided by our local meteorologists. All of these features blend to create an easy application for you to use. Find Storm Tracker 2 now on both the App Store and Google Play.
I just have one question for you. Did you just your ticket yet?
And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore. Meteorologist Eric Gage is tracking our Wednesday weather over in the Weather Center. Good morning to you, Eric.
Good morning, Gary. Today's weather looking pretty nice, similar to yesterday. In fact, we have a pretty nice sunrise out there right now, a live look in Oneonta, where the sun is just starting to rise over the horizon. And something else to mention, too, is when we get these approaching low-pressure systems, slow-moving ones, and we get that upper-level cloud deck, thin, wispy clouds, those are the ingredients you need for these vibrant sunrises and sunsets. There's a very colorful one last night. We're seeing a pretty colorful one this morning in Oneonta right now. Temperature, though, 46. It's a cool start to your day today. Other spots across central New York, we're dealing in the 40s in Rome, 45 Hamilton, in the 30s as you head up into parts of the Adirondacks. So this morning, it's a cool start, but again, a relatively dry start. Due our south and west is where things are a little busy weather-wise. We are tracking widespread rain in central Pennsylvania. This will arrive into our area, believe it or not, pretty much after sunset tonight. It's very slow-moving. And once it moves into our region, it'll produce widespread rain overnight tonight and into early Thursday morning. So either way, today expect mainly dry conditions. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s, and we are tracking minute by minute that rainfall that arrives tonight, and when this widespread rain ends, what will follow. All that and more coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. As President Trump ratchets up...
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery in Delhi.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Wow, what a beautiful shot of the sunrise in Oneonta. Welcome back, everyone, to Sunrise. Our photo of the day today coming up in a second, but at least your quick forecast. We start out In the 40s this morning, dry conditions, clouds increase throughout the day. Maybe an isolated shower, but much of us remain entirely dry. The widespread rain begins to arrive tonight. We'll have the timing of it coming up in a few short minutes. But again, back to our photo of the day. This one takes us to Newport. Shout out to Newport. Those of you watching from there this morning haven't seen a submission that in quite a while. And this one, a kitty with lilacs and poppies in the background. I saw this one pop up here in our submissions, and I realized I don't think we've shown any cat photos in a while, so I wanted to showcase this adorable kitty from, again, Newport. No name submitted to either of the cat or of the photographer, so feel free to claim your photo here once we showcase it on our social media platforms. You can, of course, submit your own at WKTV.com/weather/pics. So again, shout out to Newport, those of you watching from the town this morning. Gary?
A month of rain and cool mornings, right?
Yes, and quite the opposite now today.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Fire up the grill or head for the...
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, happy hump day, and again, we're dealing with some sunshine, although I think the term dealing with is a lot less positive. I should say we were enjoying sunshine this morning. A live look in Oneonta. Nowhere near as much fog as yesterday. However, temperatures still begin in the 40s early today. Radar is dry across the board. Rainfall taking place in Pennsylvania. We'll time it out, the arrival of it, in a few minutes. But I do want to recap, though, because May has been incredibly rainy. There's no doubt about that. Have we set any records? The answer is no. No top 10 records. We are on the cusp of it, though, about maybe another third of an inch, and we could reach the bottom of the top 10 status. By the way, the wettest month in central New York history for May was in 2011 at 9.51 inches. That's a lot of rain. When it comes to record cold, we're not really going to be approaching anything with top 10 status this month as well. The coldest month in 1967 with an average temperature of 50.2 degrees. We're about 5 degrees more above that, and we're likely not going to break this into the top 10 anytime soon. So when it comes to rainfall, we are expecting rain arriving tonight and into tomorrow morning. So if you have any plans for doing any yard work, get it done today. If you have to choose between today and Friday. If you don't have the opportunity to choose, Friday is your second best bet with rain showers gradually tapering off. The Mulcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So the bigger picture, here's that rain in central Pennsylvania early this morning. Now, as we head throughout the day, it's going to slowly inch its way north. It's really not going to arrive in our area until likely around or after sunset. Around sunset in the southern valleys, after sunset in the Mohawk Valley and north. After that surge of rain, it doesn't remain dry, but it's not really rainy either. It's a mix of the two, and I'll explain right here. So today, mainly dry, an isolated pop-up shower. That's really about it, rainfall potential today. Then tonight, there goes that widespread rain. Tomorrow, on and off rain with clouds and some sunshine. And then Friday, we'll be dealing with the sporadic pop-up shower, very light one if that, followed by sunshine in the afternoon. It's actually drier compared to Thursday. So either way, it's a pretty unsettled stretch for Thursday into early Friday. The weekend ushers in widespread rain Saturday morning from a nor'easter, cool down, but don't worry, we got warmer temperatures ahead by next week. We'll be right back.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And can we get 2 nice days in a row?
I think we can.
All right.
I think we can get 2 nice days. First time in quite a while, I feel. In fact, a live look outside compared to yesterday. Yesterday, a little foggy start. Today, a lot less fog and a lot more sunshine. Here's a live look at Oneonta. Temperature begins at 46 degrees in the city. As you head around the state, 47 in Rome, 45 in Hamilton, 50 degrees in Binghamton, a little cooler out in Saranac Lake at 35 degrees. So Yes, today looking at mainly dry conditions. We zoom out a little bit. We can see the arrival of rain showers to our south and to our west. These are slowly moving their way north. But look at how slow they are moving. We'll likely not see any drop of this rainfall until the very earliest around sunset in the southern valleys and then after sunset in the Mohawk Valley. So when you plan out your day today, sunshine, increasing clouds, temperatures in the low 70s. So not too bad of a day out there today. However, following this evening, that rain will move in. We'll bring rain tonight. We'll time it all out and we'll mention if this rain is sustained or if we get some breaks in the next couple of days. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump has
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sunrise on this Wednesday morning. Time now is 6:12, and as you head out the door today, well, it's looking dry. Sunshine across the board, as well as dry conditions on roadways here across the area. So if you have any plans on going to work this morning, as if a typical work week provides, should have no issues. Fog really hasn't developed all too much. The accident reported earlier this morning along the thruway has since expired. And again, it was in the eastbound lane. So if you were heading out to Syracuse, that's where that would have been. And again, it was right here. Now the accident is no more. So no current incidents to report on the traffic tracker today. The radar is dry this morning. As we head throughout the day, clouds will increase. It'll still remain dry. Maybe an isolated shower in the afternoon. It's incredibly rare. And then following that, we'll see the arrival of widespread rain after sunset tonight. So when it comes to travel impacts today, really all you need is your sunglasses. Maybe keep that umbrella handy just in case, especially if you're coming back home late. But either way, we're going to time out that rainfall, and we'll mention exactly if this rain is going to be steady all day long tomorrow or if we'll see some breaks coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Teens who haven't landed a
Swell your day. Watch for the Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast and be ready for your drive to and from work. The Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast is brought to you by the Pratt Munson College of Art and Design. Visit Pratt Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. Better service, better prices, and local company. It's Wheelock Disposal. The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, we were treated to a fantastic day yesterday, and today will shape up rather similarly. We take a live look outside in the Mohawk Valley from our vantage point high atop Smith Hill from our studios here, facing the eastern sky into the Mohawk Valley. We can see, of course, some of that fog trying its best to form, not nearly as intense as yesterday. We'll see a lot more of that faded sunshine this morning. The radar at this point is dry, and we'll actually showcase in a couple seconds that approaching rainfall from the southwest that'll usher in widespread rain tonight. And while we're on the topic of rainfall, of course, what was brought up was whether we set any records with the amount of rain we've seen so far this month. And the answer, we haven't even reached the top 10. We could reach it by the end of the month here in the top, at least the 10th category, but we're not coming anywhere close to these top spots. 1890 at 8.69 inches and 2011 with 9.51 inches. These are incredible amounts of rainfall in just 31 days. When it comes to cold, we haven't any records either. Matter of fact, we're not likely to hit anything in the top 10, despite how cold it's been recently. 56.2 the average temperature this month. The coldest was in 1967 with an average temperature of 50.2. So it's been quite a while since we've had these, or at least a cool May. So, while the rain does hold off throughout the day today, maybe an isolated shower, your best bet for mowing the lawn will be this morning and early this afternoon, if you have the choice to. If not, your secondary choice could be Friday, Thursday, probably your least favorite day to mow the lawn, as we'll be dealing with rain showers in the morning, damp grass conditions, as well as some lingering on and off rain throughout the afternoon. The Mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So here's that rain arriving from the southwest. It pushes its way north. It'll move through the area overnight, and then some scattered showers throughout the day, Thursday and into early Friday. So here, looking at our Skycast, we got that cloud cover, isolated shower, temperatures in the 60s, low 70s. Tonight, that widespread rain moves in. On and off rain Thursday afternoon, mixed in with clouds and sunshine, and then some minor, very narrow or very small rain showers Friday morning, giving way to sunshine by Friday evening. And so your 7-day forecast following Friday evening sun, widespread rain arrives Saturday. It cools down a little bit as we head into the weekend. So that's the bad news. The good news is we're warming up next week, and it's going to be warmer than average, 70s, maybe pushing 80 degrees. It's going to be feeling a lot different next week compared to last week.
Another rain-filled weekend, huh?
Yeah, look at the sunshine at the end of the road, though.
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator. Meteorologist Eric Gage is tracking our Wednesday weather over in the Weather Center. And Eric, maybe 2 days in a row, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's starting out pretty pleasant out there. Sun is shining. In fact, a live look at Oneonta right now, where we are witnessing some faded sun out there early this morning. On top of that, we're expecting a mainly dry day today. In fact, a warm one as well, although initially it's still on the cooler side in the 40s. We'll warm up quickly. Already in the 40s in the Mohawk Valley, 30s in the North Country, and dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We zoom out a little bit, we can see the approaching rain shower from the southwest. This is moving very slowly. It won't really arrive into our area, at least in the southern valleys around sunset, and then after sunset in the Mohawk Valley and north. So during the daytime today, expect mainly quiet conditions. An isolated shower is possible, but other than that, mainly dry weather. Temperatures peaking in the 70s, and we are tracking, yes, that widespread rain arriving tonight. We'll time it out, plus we'll have the amount of rain we could see when it ends, if we could see more additional rain by the end of the day, Thursday into Friday, coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. As President Trump...
One question for you. Did you get your ticket yet?
The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Welcome back to Sunrise. This morning, we begin with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It's a cool or somewhat mild start, depending on who you ask. Either way, it's a dry start with some sunshine and very little, if any, fog. Today, we're expecting dry conditions, temperatures in the low 70s, maybe an isolated shower, but the best shot for rain will actually arrive a little bit after sunset tonight in the Mohawk Valley, a little earlier in the southern valleys. That's your quick forecast. Now to our photo of the day. This one takes us to Newport. Shout out to those of you watching from Newport this morning. A photo of a kitty with lilacs and poppies. This one I saw in our submissions here, and there was no name of the kitty or of the photographer who submitted this, but either way, it's a great shot nonetheless of the spring background, and of course the adorable cat here pictured in the foreground. So if you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics for the chance to have your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at Sunrise. Gary?
I think that was one of Nala's neighbors.
Maybe a Nala's neighbors throwback, yeah.
Eric, thanks. Well, Black Bears have...
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, yesterday's weather, fantastic. Will we see a repeat? Now, for the most part, yes. Maybe a straight shower. Better chance today compared to yesterday, but most of the day will be dry either way. Live look from our vantage point here on Smith Hill in Deerfield, facing the Mohawk Valley. We've got those milky skies, those wispy clouds from that approaching low pressure to our southwest. That is, of course, not producing rain here locally for the time being, but we wait until this evening and tonight, then that rain will begin to arrive. Either way, the Yorkville Battery live radar is starting out dry. Now, overall, this month has been pretty rainy. There's no doubt about it. Have we set any records? Well, no, not even in the top 10, believe it or not. The rainiest May ever was in 2011, pretty recently at 9.51 inches. Then you have to go back to the 19th century. 1890 was our next highest at 8.69 inches. A lot of local times too, 2019, 2000, 1990. We are sitting at 6.25 inches. We could reach the top 10 spot, the 10th spot, if we get another third of an inch or so. What we will not be entering is the record coldest average temperature. That, of course, is about 6 degrees beyond our ability to reach it. Of course, the top spot sits at 50.2 inches, which was set several years ago in the 60s. So when it comes to rainfall, when's the best time to mow the lawn? Well, today is really your best chance. If you have the option to, over the next few days, to choose which day to do it, today's your best bet. Friday's your next best bet. It's going to be dry later on in the afternoon, and then Thursday, maybe later on, but again, we have those rain showers in the morning. The surfaces will likely still be pretty damp. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So here is the radar and satellite. Rain showers to our south. This will slowly move north. It's going to take a while to reach it. Southern valleys by around sunset. Mohawk Valley following sunset. After that surge of widespread rain, things will be not nearly as damp. So we'll see here on our Skycast, isolated showers shifting north. Either way, dry afternoon. Then that widespread rain pushes over us. Not really a whole lot of rainfall accumulation. Then by Thursday afternoon, passing shower mixed in with sun and clouds. So it's a pretty mixed bag of weather by Thursday evening. Then Friday, after a damp start with some spotty sprinkles and clouds, we'll see sunshine to wrap up the day, and it's a pretty dry evening. But then by the overnight, clouds increase. Our next round of rain in the form of widespread rain. A nor'easter arrives Saturday. Temperatures in the 50s. It's a cool one. Again this weekend. Our rainy weekends continue. Last time, of course, was November. We had a completely dry weekend, but yeah, it's been quite a while since we had that.
Wow.
Yeah, and but the silver lining, we have sunshine next week, a warm stretch ahead. This is that last second cool down before we finally see a return to summertime.
Well, we're due for about 16 straight dry weekends.
I hope so.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:53.
With Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let's start out with the good news.
It's dry.
Yeah, another great day here, but
rain's on the way. But, well, most of it actually arrives after sunset, which I guess would be the silver lining there today as well. Yeah, look outside right now. First off, in the Yorkville Battery live radar. Yes, again, it is dry at this hour. There could be an isolated shower ahead of this approaching front, but much of the area remaining dry at this point. We zoom out, we can see the approaching frontal boundary, and it's colliding with sinking air. You can see just how slow this approaching air or this approaching rain is moving. Those of you south of Route 20 will likely see rain before sunset. After sunset for those of you up north in the Mohawk Valley and eventually in the North Countries. That's the rough timing of that arrival today. As you can see here, in fact, it's a pretty prevalent cool down with the temperatures there. 58 with rain in Dansville, 71 in Rome, 66 in Hamilton. So it's an interesting setup. It's arriving from the south, but it's actually cooling down the temperature. One of those rare cases there as well. Still in Oneonta, blue skies with some puffy cumulus clouds in the distance and temperatures in the 60s. The next 12 hours, Mohawk Valley as high as the low to mid 70s. Now notice here, after sunset, rain begins to move in. This will be scattered to widespread in nature. But beyond that, will this continue with a steady flow of rain for the foreseeable future, or we will get some breaks in that rain? We'll have full details and the timing of it coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new information this noon on the
Storm Tracker 2 provides weather updates based on your location. Sign into the app for your hourly to daily weather forecasts. There are many features within this app, such as radar for not only precipitation, but clouds and temperatures as well. This information is provided by our local meteorologists. All of these features blend to create an easy application for you to use. Find Storm Tracker 2 now on both the App Store and Google Play. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are looking at sunny skies, or at least faded sunshine, with the arrival of that low pressure to our south. That's aiding in what appears to be haze or a milky atmosphere. A live look in Cooperstown right now. That haze isn't really doing anything aside from just showing us we have some elevated moisture in the atmosphere. It is dry out there right now in Cooperstown. A lot of folks out and about enjoying the nice day. 70 balmy degrees down in Cooperstown right now. The radar itself is dry on our doorstep. As we zoom out right here, we can actually see that rainfall beginning to move in. So let's zoom out a little bit here. We can actually see it. There's that rainfall. And the arrival of it, again, is going to be in the span of a few hours today at a time. Southern Valley's first, south of Route 20 before sunset, and eventually in the Mohawk Valley after sunset and beyond. And when it comes to rainfall, I know a lot of you have been itching to do yard work or anything outside with last week's weather somewhat putting a stop to it. Today, your best bet for doing any yard work, mowing the lawn or anything, if you have our second choice, it'd be Friday late in the day. Tomorrow, probably not our pick of the week. It's going to be raining to start, and there could be some scattered showers in the afternoon. So if you have your choice, you can pick today. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. How much rain are we going to be experiencing? Well, this isn't expected to be a whole lot of rain. Maybe 10th, maybe 20th of an inch of rainfall. This is going to move through the region. Not a big soaking rain. In fact, it actually ends for the most part by the overnight hours. And then we'll see the dry conditions move in with the potential for a stray shower or two by tomorrow afternoon. So that widespread consistent rain doesn't last all too long. So here's that high pressure keeping things dry yesterday and the start of today. It begins to erode, but still the back side of this high is eroding this rain in the leading edge of it. So it's going to take a while for that rain to move in. When it does, some steady light rain through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. Then sporadic rain showers the next couple of days before a next round of rain, the full moon nor'easter, arrives Friday night to Saturday. So today, mainly dry. You can see a stray shower ahead of this line of rain. Then this moves through. It remains somewhat unsettled to start your day on Thursday. Then a spotty shower or two by Thursday afternoon, giving way to some peaks of sunshine and rain. Friday, although the morning might be a little damp with some clouds and patchy drizzle, by the afternoon, it's actually pretty sunny. Not too bad of an end of the work week. But by Friday night, that's when that rain moves in again, and it sets the stage for a rather cool and rainy start to the weekend again. Don't worry, though. We are tracking the end of this cool stretch of weather. We head into the 60s and 70s by next week, pushing the upper 70s by Wednesday and Thursday as a warming trend. Yes, above average temperatures. I don't think we've really said that in quite a while. Above average temperatures in our area by next week and even beyond. So June looking to come in very summer-like.
And watch, it'll end up being one of the hottest summers ever.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. With this year.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. We are following up on the dog. NBC's Richard Engel reporting. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and a gorgeous day out there.
Yeah, a gorgeous one out there. In fact, it's in the 70s. It's sunny out, and we got rain coming.
Oh, thank you.
Well, sorry, maybe the bearer of bad news, but we do have rain coming. In fact, here's a look at the timing of it as we head into this afternoon. Again, enjoy the next several hours. It's sunny, it's warm. We haven't really had a whole lot of that in May, so if we have the opportunity, of course, get out and enjoy it. Here's where things are a little more unsettled. Now, this is just for Utica. If you're south of the Mohawk Valley, this curve will be a little bit sooner. But in the Mohawk Valley, rain chances increase after sunset. Our best shot for rain will be overnight into the early hours of tomorrow. Then you see the sporadic on and off rain chances drying up. Maybe some light drizzle as we head into the early morning hours Friday. But then by Friday afternoon, the sunshine moves back in again. So here's where it looks on the radar as of this point. Dry in the valley, rain slowly moving in. And we are tracking the arrival of this. We're looking at how long this lasts, and on top of that, how those temperatures shape up. You notice here it's cooling down behind that rain band there, but will it be cool enough tomorrow and Friday? The details on those temperatures coming up in a few short minutes. Gary?
Could be the slowest moving rain in history.
I know, it's been quite a while. It's still south.
Eric, thanks. Well, a second suspect is now in.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're looking at sunshine, plenty of it. Warm temperatures, too, across the area. In fact, they looking at Utica right now. We are tracking temperatures in the 70s. Blue skies, puffy clouds, a beautiful May day so far. We are looking at the arrival of rain later on this evening, but much of it does arrive again this evening, which should likely be for the most of our area after sunset. And the radar right now, we can see a lot of the Mohawk Valley dry at this point. Ithaca starting to see some rain showers, parts of the Finger Lakes. It's slow moving. It's going to take a while before it reaches at least the Mohawk Valley and north. So in the meantime, if you have any plans for mowing the lawn, again, might as well do it today. Tomorrow, not your best bet. Friday, later on in the day, does dry up, and it'll give you the opportunity to do it there as well as early next week, too. So we don't have a stretch of bad weather ahead, but just a suggestion of better weather to cut the lawn. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This station is testing equipment that can quickly warn you in the event of an emergency. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Now, still, much of it is in Pennsylvania. Now, of course, western New York seeing some of that rain, but it's taking a while. As long as the high pressure is there, it's going to slow down a little bit. Either way, it's going to move in this evening and tonight, and then tomorrow, some sporadic on and off rain, not a complete washout. So, on our Skycast today, increasing clouds, a pop-up shower, if that. Then that rainfall moves in. It remains pretty unsettled to start your Thursday, but then by the afternoon, on and off rain, clouds mixed with sunshine and some rain showers as well. Then by Thursday night, things quiet down. Friday morning, maybe some on and off sprinkles here and there, patches of clouds, and even, yes, more sunshine moves in Friday afternoon. So again, for any outdoor plans, it's not really a bad stretch of sustained rainfall, but we do want to let you guys know that as we head into Saturday, yes, we're talking rain again, another rainy Saturday. But this isn't going to last all too long. We unfortunately have to deal with it on the weekend again, but you can see here, look at this sunshine next week. 60s, 70s. By Wednesday, I know it's not on our 7-day yet, we're talking upper 70s pushing 80 degrees. And that will be the common theme looking ahead. So if you're wondering, well, we're going to see a lot more 50s and 40s and clouds and rain. Well, the answer is, aside from this weekend, no. We've got more sunshine on the way, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of folks looking forward to the better weather. Eric, thanks. Rome Mayor Jeffrey Lanigan unveiled his
forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. And again, today we were dry, but changes?
Yeah, we're going to be seeing some light rain here later today. But again, 2 days in a row where the afternoons, the majority of the day has been pretty nice. But today we are going to finish wet. We're tracking some showers here. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The leading edge of this isn't making it to the ground yet, but it will, and I think this will be moving in very slowly as we head towards sunset. It's a warm day, 73 degrees, and it's been a really nice afternoon. We've had very comfortable levels of humidity and very comfortable conditions throughout the day, but again, showers return tonight. These will linger into tomorrow. The weather looks pleasant on Friday before our next weather maker brings us another cold rain as we head into the weekend. But again, looking ahead, there are signs of some hope if you're looking for more summer-like weather. Cloudy skies, sprinkles, temperatures in the 60s and low 70s this evening. Again, we're tracking the next round of rain. I'm going to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
From felon to freedom, that's the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I hope you had a chance to enjoy the weather over the past couple of days. It's been warm, it's been sunny. There are things, the weather is going to change. We're going to start with the bad news tonight. We're tracking the next weather maker for the weekend, and it does look like we're talking about another nor'easter, a low pressure that develops off the Atlantic coast. This looks to bring widespread rain to our area on Saturday. As the system departs, it's still chilly and unsettled on Sunday with clouds and showers. So this will be yet another weekend where we will be dealing with rain at some point. In this case, likely both Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday could potentially be a washout. So again, nice afternoon here. Make the most of it if you can. We're looking at a relatively nice evening for some, especially areas east of Utica, a temperature of 73. There's some rain on the radar to track, and this is knocking on our doorstep, but it's also moving very slowly, and it's moving into very dry weather. So even though this looks pretty ominous, it's going to take a while for this rain to move in. It will move in as we head into tonight. I expect some very light showers later this evening. This becomes more of a steadier rain heading into tonight. We're going to get the lawn cut. I know it's been a challenge in the month of May. Looks like a good day to cut tomorrow if you wait long enough, probably later in the day with some showers around early. Friday looks like a decent day to cut the lawn. Saturday, not so much, again, with that area of low pressure moving in. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. A reminder, you can get weather information on your fingertips on your phone by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Temperatures today made it into the 70s. Westmoreland 73, Westernville 74, Little Falls 76. Cooler across the southern valleys where the clouds have moved in. Oneonta 64, Unadilla 63. Again, some light rain will be moving into the region as we head into this evening. This weather maker passes to our south, but we do get clipped by it tonight. Again, a few light showers here overnight. Temperatures will drop down into the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. A passing shower is possible, especially early on. Could see a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. Temperatures climb into the 60s. We're looking dry tomorrow night, and then Friday looks like a dry day. Mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures climb into the mid-60s. Tonight, showers 53. Tomorrow, looking for a few showers in the morning. Temperatures climb into the mid-60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, Friday looks pretty nice, more clouds than sun. And then we're tracking that wet weekend. Saturday, Sunday, temperatures in the upper 50s, breezy. Saturday looks wet, Sunday showers around. Next week, the weather changes. We're in the 60s Monday, and then it's going to feel a lot more summer-like. There's some pretty strong signs that the weather pattern changes here. We get into more summer-like weather. I mean, by that point, it's June.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Already June on the calendar here. It's
Well,
crazy.
no, it is hard to believe considering all of the rain.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Bill.
All right, Bill.
Yeah.
Nearly a quarter of this Bill Curtis hanging out in Dolgeville today, right, Bill?
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to the third grade class. Classes combined together. Got a chance to talk to them about weather. I always get interesting questions, and probably my favorite today was, why am I called a meteorologist if I don't study meteors? And I told the answer, you got to go back to the Greeks. That's where the word came from, so we blame it on the Greeks today. So I want to give them a shout out. I know their families are watching tonight, and it was a great time to get a chance to see all of them today. And again, that was one of the many fun questions that I had a chance to talk to them about. Temperatures are going to be trending the other way. We also talked about this. Some rain looks to return for the weekend. Yes, another weekend with rain. Temperatures will be in the 50s Saturday into the low 60s Sunday. But we do have a couple of decent days before things start to turn. A few showers will be arriving tonight. Let's live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The evening mostly dry, but again, a few showers start to show up as we head closer to sunset. Temperatures will be in the 60s. If you are taking the dog or dogs out for a walk, rain's going to be pretty light. Tonight's featured dogs Emma Lou and Leah from Vienna. If you would be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
Recognize that lake. Sectionals continue.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a return to rain showers here in the extended outlook. Just a few isolated showers tomorrow, especially early in the day. Friday looks dry, and then our next weather maker once again arrives for the weekend. We've got another area of low pressure that brings widespread rain on Saturday and showers on Sunday. Not a great weekend again across central New York. By the way, a beautiful day today. You might have seen some interesting things in the sky. Take a look at this. This rainbow that you see in this cloud, this is called cloud iridescence. This is when sunlight hits these ice crystals in just the right way. It spreads out the light, turns it into a prism, and you can get these very beautiful colors that show up in the clouds. This is the same process that happens to soap bubbles. Sometimes you'll see soap bubbles, you'll see that rainbow color on them. It's the same process that happens in a cloud. It's also happening in soap bubbles. This is from Samantha at Herkimer Elementary School. That was taken earlier today. The clouds have returned, temperature of 73. We're tracking rain showers moving in from the west. This is a slow mover, so I think the evening is going to be dry for a good portion of it, but we will see some showers return closer to sunset for many of us. It will be a little bit sooner for areas south and west of Utica. A reminder, you can get weather information on your phone by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Our Skywatchers checking in with temperatures in the 70s. Mike New Hartford 74, Whitesboro 72, Curtis 72, Inlet, Old Forge 70 degrees. Again, a very pleasant day. But again, it is going to finish with some rain as we head into later this evening and tonight. Low pressure tracks to our south, and again, we do get clipped by this tonight and tomorrow. Produces a few light showers across our area. Temperatures will drop into the mid-50s tonight. A few showers around early tomorrow. Temperatures start out in the 50s. We'll climb into the 60s in the afternoon. We could even see a few breaks of sunshine, especially later in the day. Tomorrow night, the weather looks dry, partly to mostly cloudy. Friday, we start out with mostly cloudy skies. We'll finish with sunshine. I think Friday's generally dry with high temperatures in the mid-60s, and then the weather changes in a very big way. We've got a nor'easter on the way for the weekend, again bringing us widespread rain. Showers tonight, low 53. Tomorrow, generally pleasant day as it progresses. It starts out gloomy, cloudy skies and a few passing showers, but it should finish a little bit nicer, a high of 66. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cloudy on Friday, but pretty mild, or up to 71 degrees. And then the next weather maker arrives. Again, it brings a widespread rain to Saturday, and it's going to be a chilly rain with temperatures in the 50s, breezy conditions. Showers on and off throughout Sunday, maybe some sunshine late, high of 60. We dry out for Monday, and then a significant change in the weather pattern is expected. It's going to trend more towards summer, or at least those warmer temperatures. Mid-70s Tuesday, close to 80. Looking ahead to next Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
It's been a lovely day today, but unfortunately it is going to change this evening. We do have some rain on the way. The rain is approaching from the west, and we're expecting this to arrive over the next couple of hours. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It will start out very light as it encounters some pretty dry air in place, but again, showers will eventually overspread our region. 71 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. The dew point, the humidity is very low. It's been just a very comfortable stretch of weather here over the past couple of days. But again, things will change a little bit heading into tonight. We're tracking showers overnight and into first thing tomorrow. Second part of the day does look nicer. Pleasant day on Friday, and then the weather is going to change as we head into the weekend in a big way. Cloudy skies, a few sprinkles this evening, temperatures in the 60s. We're tracking a nor'easter for the weekend. I'll let you know how that impacts your weekend forecast, and that's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Last week, we were proud to introduce
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We have some big changes for the weekend, unfortunately. The nice weather we've had over the past couple of days will not last into the weekend. We're tracking another area of low pressure off the coast, a nor'easter that's going to bring widespread rain on Saturday. And we're still tracking showers on Sunday, chilly weekend ahead. Unfortunately, both days look to be pretty wet. I wanted to give a shout out to Dolgeville Elementary School. Got a chance to visit the third grade classes, and it was a really great group of kids. A lot of interesting questions. Tornadoes, hurricanes, always a very popular topic with this group in particular, too. Live look at downtown Utica, 71 degrees. It's been a really nice day, but you can see things are starting to change. We have some showers that are starting to move in from the west. A weak area of low pressure will drive our weather tonight, tomorrow. These showers will move in this evening, so keep an eye on things. The rain will start out fairly light, and it will become widespread over the next couple of hours. Most of the rain really arrives closer to sunset, at least for most areas. You can always keep track of the weather on the go. You can have instant access to the Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Temperatures this evening in the 70s. Whitesboro 72 degrees, Barneveld 69, Cassville 72. Inlet 70 degrees, Curtis 72, Fairfield 74, Jeff and Mohawk 74, Skineva 72 degrees, Worcester 69. Low pressure again continues to influence our weather tonight. This is going to slide to our south, so we do get clipped by this. It's not going to be all that heavy, but it will be around and very noticeable tonight and early tomorrow. Temperatures overnight will drop into the mid-50s. We start out tomorrow morning cloudy. A few passing showers are possible in the morning. Heading into the afternoon, the weather does get better. We should get a chance to dry out. Temperatures climb into the mid-60s. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow night. Overnight lows will drop into the 50s. On Friday, it starts out cloudy, but I think we'll get some sunshine. That should help bring temperatures to near 70 in the afternoon. And then things start to change. Like mentioned, that nor'easter is going to be arriving starting early Saturday. Showers tonight, a low of 53. Tomorrow, showers in the morning. We'll get a chance to dry out in the afternoon, so if you got to cut the lawn, you can do it later in the day. Temperatures will climb into the low 70s Friday, mostly cloudy skies. A wet weekend, breezy, temperatures in the 50s Saturday, close to 60 Sunday. The weather improves heading into early next week. We're expecting a big change in the jet stream, sunshine. I know what a lot of people are thinking, why can't this happen on the weekend? But it is what it is.
Also, you're saying that if you didn't mow the lawn today, you're going to probably have to wait till next week.
Or
So
Friday.
you're giving people a break. Okay.
Yeah.
Friday's a possibility. All right, thank you, Bill. Still to come. Now for our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. All right, so we've been lucky the last couple of days. I don't want to say lucky because that's not fair.
You know what? Can I just interrupt you? I'm
Sure.
shaking my fist at the clouds right now because I feel really unlucky because we have northern lights that are happening.
Oh,
and
come
there
on.
is no way we are going to see them. So clouds,
thanks a lot.
Stop it.
And that means we're going to get some rain soon, too.
Yes, that also means we're going to be tracking some rain. And sorry to even bring that up. I shouldn't even talk about this.
I know. We shouldn't have to, right?
But yes, we are tracking some showers here into tonight. We are going to be in this wet weather pattern going forward. And again, a little bit of showers tonight. This is not going to be anything heavy, but we are tracking some showers out there. And again, completely cloudy conditions across central New York. Temperatures are in the 60s, so it is relatively mild out there tonight. We have low humidity in place, but that's going to change as some showers arrive. Temperatures will climb into the 60s tomorrow, 71 Friday. Cool weather for the weekend. Clouds, rain as a nor'easter moves in. Showers will be lingering around tonight. Temperatures will be in the 50s. We're tracking wet weather as we head into the weekend and look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's bankruptcy.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking rain as we head into the next couple of days. I want to start out by taking a look at the weekend. We've got an area of low pressure off the coast that's likely to produce widespread rain on Saturday, and this lingers into Sunday. This is a nor'easter, and this looks like a cold, wind-driven rain again. Back-to-back weekends where we're dealing with rain. We've had a lot of wet weekends here. This is going to continue that streak of wet weekends that we've had since November 16th through 17th. So it's been 28 weekends where we've had at least some kind of precipitation during the weekend, and again, we should very likely continue this streak. Live look at downtown Utica, 63 degrees, the current temperature, and we are tracking some light showers out there. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain's pretty light this evening, not a big deal. It'll be around through tomorrow morning. If you're trying to get the long cut, we're recommending waiting until later Thursday. Better yet, Friday. That looks to be a pretty nice day. And then, again, mentioning that nor'easter coming in on Saturday, that would be a big time no. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Reminder, you can always get weather alerts on your phone by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Social media today, this picture floating around, this was sent to me. This was taken earlier today by Samantha at Herkimer Elementary School. You see this color in the middle of the screen? This is called cloud iridescence. It is pretty cool. This looks like a rainbow in the sky, or at least a rainbow color. It's caused by sunlight scattering along ice crystals, and this is the same effect that you can see at a soap bubble. Sometimes as the soap bubble is ready to pop, it gets that colorful, it gets those colors to it. That's the same effect that's happening. With a cold weekend ahead, I wanted to give you at least some positive news, is that the weather patterns do change. We start to get into warmer and drier conditions heading into next week. Bigger picture shows a few light rain showers out there this evening. Rain showers continue tonight. Overnight lows drop into the mid-50s. A few sprinkles around tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a pretty quiet day. Temperatures climb into the mid-60s. We could see some breaks of sunshine before the day is done. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies expected. Wednesday, or I should say Friday, we're expecting clouds and a few breaks of sunshine. Dry afternoon. Temperatures close to 70. Showers tonight, low 53. Tomorrow, showers around in the morning. Will dry out in the afternoon, 66. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cloudy Friday, 71. Again, pretty miserable weekend here, especially Saturday. Sunday's not too much better, but next week will be nice. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sunshine. Temperatures really warm up. And I'm kind of hoping that, you know, we get out of this rut where all the weekends are wet and this kind of rearranges itself, and we have perfect weekends all summer long.
Long term, that could happen because summer's coming.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up for first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and while we're talking the rainfall outlook, no chance to see the northern lights.
Yeah,
tonight.
I was going to say, can I vent for a second?
Please do.
It is so frustrating. I want to shake my fist at the clouds tonight because they're out. The northern lights are going bananas right now.
We just can't see.
We would easily be able to see these probably with the naked eye tonight, but of course the clouds are in the way. So it's frustrating, but it also goes to show you that there are opportunities and there will be opportunities in the future to do this. So we're paying attention to this stuff too, even if it's cloudy outside. We are tracking a few showers out there this evening, and that's going to be the big story for the next couple of days, our rain chances. Tonight, the rain's relatively light, but the clouds are thick, and they're moving in. Our temperature is 60 degrees, overcast skies. Again, a few light showers out there, and a southeast wind, well, more like a whisper of a breeze at 3 miles an hour. Tomorrow, temperatures will be in the mid-60s. We're up to 71 Friday. It's cold, and it's windy over the weekend with widespread rain. We've got a nor'easter coming in that's going to bring us some wet weather. Showers around this tonight, overnight lows in the low 50s. Again, tracking a couple of rain chances ahead, but there's also some warmer weather too on the horizon. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. As bankruptcy looms.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a look at the weekend here, and I've got an update on how the weather is going to play out. We've got an area of low pressure that's going to develop along the coast and provide widespread rain to our area as we head into Saturday and Sunday. This is a nor'easter, so it's going to be a cold, wind-driven rain. Temperatures only in the 50s Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, showers will be around. Won't be quite as much rainfall. The heaviest rain looks to be to the east, but again, this looks to have a pretty large role on the weather over the weekend. Live look at downtown Utica, cloudy, 60 degrees. Showers are moving into central New York, and we're going to be tracking showers here as we head into tonight. Trying to get that lawn cut with some rain showers around. It's going to be better to wait until tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. We get a chance to dry out a little bit. Friday's a better day. Friday's expected to be dry. Rain on Saturday is mentioned with that nor'easter, so that's a big no. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. A reminder, you can always get weather information on your phone, instant warnings, lightning, heavy rainfall detected nearby. You can download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Wanted to mention this picture I got today taken in Herkimer Elementary School. This color that you see right in the middle here, this is called cloud iridescence. With those high clouds out there, sometimes you can get these neat optical effects in the environment. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. That is caused by sunlight scattering along ice crystals, and they can make this beautiful color. It's the same thing that happens in bubbles. Sometimes bubbles get color to them. That's also called cloud iridescence. So we've got a chilly rain for the weekend, but we look ahead. The weather patterns look to change in a very big way next week, a very strong signal that the weather is going to turn above average heading into June. Bigger picture, again, cloud showers out there this evening. These are going to continue into tonight. Could see a few spotty showers early tomorrow morning, but otherwise it's a pretty quiet day. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-60s. Mostly cloudy tomorrow night, generally dry, overnight lows in the 50s. Friday looks mostly cloudy throughout the day. Pretty quiet. Temperatures climb to near 70. Showers tonight, 53 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, showers are expected, especially in the morning. I have 66. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. 71 on Friday. Cloudy skies. Breezy over the weekend as that nor'easter arrives. You can see highs only in the 50s Saturday. Near 60 Sunday. Overnight lows in the 40s. Monday looks dry. Sunshine, 64. Mid-70s Tuesday, we warm up to 80, looking ahead to Wednesday. We'll be right back.